Two-piece reclining figure number 5 is a bronze cast sculpture created between 1963 and 1964, which currently stands in the grounds of Kenwood House in Hampstead. In 1978, for his 80th birthday, Henry Moore gave the Henry Moore gift to the Tate Gallery. This was a collection of 36 sculptures in bronze, marble and plaster that were given to the Tate so that they could be viewed by the public for years to come. This was the most substantial gift the Tate had ever received from a living artist. There were too many sculptures to be permanently exhibited by the Tate, and so, after an initial exhibition showcasing them all, many were sent out on long-term loans across the country so that they could be viewed by the public, rather than sitting in storage. Kenwood House applied to receive one of these sculptures, and in 1983 it was installed in the spot that it still stands today, a spot chosen by Moore himself. Reclining figures were a constant source of inspiration for Moore throughout his career. In this sculpture, the fifth in a series where Moore explored creating the reclining figure in two pieces, we can see the idea becoming more abstract. Moore found that when he was creating his singular reclining figures, he naturally created them in two parts. The head end and the leg end were created separately and then joined up. Here we see him exploring this process further. It is easy to see Moore exploring the connection between human and geological forms here too. Though the title of the work refers to a figure, it is much easier to see the resemblance to two boulders at first. The surface in places is reminiscent of a rock formation, and the small horizontal piece has a gap underneath which suggests a cave. Moore often had stones and pieces of flint lying around his studio which he used for inspiration, and it's possible to see them represented here. Once we look for longer, we can begin to pick out a possible head and neck protruding upwards from the large vertical form. There is also a ridge down the centre of the smooth side which could represent a nose on a face. On the smaller horizontal form, the space underneath which I have suggested could be a cave could also be seen as a bent knee. Another recurring theme in Moore's sculptures was the depiction of a mother and child. Although we can't say it for definite in this piece, I believe there is an element of this at play here too, with the larger vertical form appearing as a mother and the smaller horizontal form appearing as a child. Ultimately, Moore is playing with the fundamental shapes which can be found in nature. That the form of a reclining figure can hold so much in common with that of a couple of boulders is exactly the kind of universality that Moore found fascinating. In one sense it is fun and simple, and on the other it is complex and intriguing. With the figure being broken into two pieces, Moore also wanted to explore the space in between them. Make sure to move around the sculpture and view it from all different angles. Consider the way the two pieces intersect and become one from certain angles, and how this changes when the space begins to appear. How do the various surface textures affect the way the sunlight lands on the sculpture? Why do you think Moore chose this spot for the sculpture? Do you think it complements it? Try approaching the sculpture from down the bank and consider how your perception of the form changes when viewed from a distance or up close.